Deterministic Factor of Determinism, the 15th of September, 2024. Even the term universe is made as a term to determine that the whole world can only be one universe, because it is made out of a unified decision, or the decision of the ultimate ordaining unit. Unity is the term universe might cause us to believe that it can only be one verse of God's verses. It is very unlikely that God would prevent people from their freedom of expression or expressing themselves in the best way they see would fit, in accordance with rules that they have absorbed within themselves as they developed or progressed through time. If that's all we know about each other, the abilities and capabilities that we would ever have, when a mother tells her son that he has so much potential, how does she feel she knows that? It is not by defining oneself and identifying areas of strength and areas of weakness that we can identify our potential. It is by following advice and guidance from others. Whether we listen to them or not is bound to the value we give to their opinions about our situation. It is like a bridge which stretches between two ledges of reality, the situation we are at and the advised situation by the other counterpart of the discussion. The one who is given advice instead of giving criticism is akin to an indicator for a good option to follow, and the one who gives criticism is essentially similar to those who speak without proper knowledge of the subject matter, wherefrom emerges all kinds of erroneous objection, where a single decision was made outside the constraints of the foreseeable reality. If it is a necessity for interjection and active participation is identified, then it would be more probable that it will happen despite all other circumstances. Even when two paths go in different directions, there are always those knots left along the way to tie back to ensure a correct path. We do not know whether it is good or bad, whether the effects would be good or bad, whether we would be making a good impact or a bad effect on the world. Sometimes denial of our knowledge of those things, denial of attempting to tailor our destiny towards a certain direction, is what leads us to understanding of the evil embedded in righteous actions. Is it denial in the sense that we do not attempt to mess with destiny, or is it denial of the permissibility for humans to indulge in such a probability? Even if paths do fork and a clear path is made apparent, humans would still attempt to explore the branching paths. Even if humans were given a glimpse into the multiverse, knowing that the mere concept of the multiverse had given a gap of knowledge that had to be rectified and fortified, a gap of knowledge in the human condition to distinguish whether certain action leads to certain truths or whether the truths had always been there and we as humans either choose to believe it or deny it. If humans were given a glimpse into the multiverse and they were able to traverse every parallel universe that they caused to be created, they would still attempt to conceptualize them the way they see fit from their own real universe. We would not be choosing a reality out of our own sheer will, which is what brings destiny to the picture. Knowing that not humans, not superheroes, not even angels would deter destiny from happening. Sometimes delving deeper into God's words with the perception of disproving certain facts will backfire. It is not a multiverse that matters in the end. It is what drove the character to cause the existence of a multiverse to begin with. When spoken, it gives a tremendous effect, especially when being seen by others. It is like the effect of speaking certain words can also backfire sometimes, making it somewhat relevant to being told that what you have said is praiseworthy, more than often that they begin to also be considered some part of knowledge. When spoken, it is more logical, especially to other people. It is no wonder that some people would find it easy to follow along with a person's reasoning if they have been paying attention to them speaking from the beginning. It is normal knowledge to know that the first thing anyone would speak that has any significance to the discussion they are leading is the most important idea. They are either helped to finish and even say what they say, or are squandered and drowned out as one would hide something in order to prevent their voices from being heard. In a sense, when people say something that is close to the truth, they are strengthened. When they say something that is intended by the person to lead people astray, they are given the double treatment. A split personality would be a good outcome from a multiversal theory of consciousness. If humans compartmentalize ideas that they have learned from certain people across their life, then they would be assigning a category to the name, giving the name more burden to carry, or lifting burden by punishment. It could be punishment that is caused by, resulted by, or taken as habit because of greed for more. If knowledge encapsulates everything that we do, every action that we take, everything that we associate, and every thought that we have, it seems as though probability would not only be a method of reason, but also a method of choosing our words carefully. If a person gives a lecture thinking that they know everything, believing themselves to be better than other people who are listening to him, or in a manner that resembles authority in the sense that a university professor would have, an attitude in his speech that would make him weigh more or less on the scale of righteousness. If he weighs more on the scale of righteousness, is the aim to which all humans should have always pointed towards. It is a destination that is not only made clear from the very beginning, but was actually supposed to be made more luminous and illuminating than our current materialistically embedded purposes of life or meanings of life. It is with being given the choice between righteousness and wickedness that one would find the way to the truth. By righteousness, a lecturer's voice might be strengthened, not only their ideas. It is the point where shrinking all resulting values of probability to a single word, title, or ideology could be the deterministic factor to our determinism. You see, that's what I'm trying to convey with the concept of speaking from inside the grave. Like you're leaving something that other people would read to benefit you while inside the grave. It seems as a hard thing to grasp without the concept of belief internalized.